Hello guys and welcome to another video. My name's Mark, I'm an entrepreneur and property investor, and in today's video I've got a bit of an announcement, I've got a bit of a revelation. My landlord in my current home is looking to sell it, and I completely understand that, but it's put us as a family in a bit of a situation where we're trying to work out what's best for us, because ultimately there's going to be a lot of viewings taking place. We're going to have to move out of here anyway in 4 to 6 months once he's sold the property, and in a market this hot he will sell this property. So we need to just make sure that we're getting ourselves aligned. And one of the things that I've always said in these videos, and always been quite proud of myself on, is my ability to make quick, good decisions. And we obviously have an asset that's waiting for us to do the renovations and the building work, just sat there. And to live in this house cost me about £7,000–8,000 a month, once you put the bills and everything else on top. So what we've decided is we're gonna move in there until we get the technical drawings done, until we're able to get the builders in and started, which could be, according to my architect, between 6 and 12 months, a long time. So we can save the best part of, £60,000 to £70,000, £80,000 over that period of time, which will allow us to either go a bit bigger on the extension, a bit higher spec on the finish, or it will allow us to make some more investments and buy some more investment properties, or maybe some more investments in the channel. So either way, I think we've come to the decision whereby we're going to go and just do some basic renovations in that house, get it up to spec so that we're going to be happy there. It's still got a swimming pool. I know this is first world problems. Get the swimming pool going, get a swimming teacher book so my kids can learn to swim over the summer holidays. So I think today you're going to follow me around a little bit while we make some decisions. So let's head over there now. I'll show you around what will be my new home for the next 6 to 12 months. So Nick, which glasses should I get? I mean, what do you reckon? Which ones?
Them.
Yeah, good. Guys, before we head off, I've just remembered we need to do the subscriber giveaway, don't we? And have a look at the dividend portfolio. Come on, let's go and have a look and see how much money we got to give away this month. Right guys, so let's have a look in at our fund and share account. So we've currently got 10,300, which is really good. And we're up £409, so that's £100 up from last month. And let's have a look at the income for we can give away. So May, unfortunately, it's 0, which is actually just a sign of the fact that we did a rebalance in order to make sure that there was going to be dividends every month back in March. So I'm really, really sorry, guys. The next time we're going to be giving it away will be the end of June, but stay tuned because we will be giving away a decent chunk in June. As you can see, Nick, £26.92 so far. We're only 9 days in. I'm sure that there'll be some more dividends that will come out between now and the end of June. Nick, I feel really bad about that. Let's remind everybody, just if you haven't already filled out the form, remember we're doing a free meetup. You can come and meet with me, you can meet with my team, come and have some food, have some drinks. We're going to be running that at the end of this month. There's a form in the description. Fill it out. You've got until, I think, next Monday, and then we're going to start organising it all. But fill out the form. You can meet me free of charge and spend a day with me and my team, and we'll give you as much advice as we possibly can, help you as much as we possibly can. There's not going to be any upsell, there's no training courses, none of that. It's just literally a bit of time with me. We'll go through some educational type stuff, and you can ask me anything you might want to ask me. But fill out the form in the description. So guys, we've got to head to B&Q because we've got to pick up some paint. Because what I said was we're going to do a few renovations there. It's very, very light stuff. Yeah, let's go and get some paint, and then let's go to see the property, choose some carpets, get those put in. And when we get there, what I'll do, guys, I'll explain a little bit how I've got access to this property and what the situation is. Because it's the old family home, and unfortunately, my dad passed away, 3 and a bit years ago now. And obviously, as I said in previous videos, my mum's been living there with lodgers until COVID hit. And during COVID, she moved in with us over at our property over near Henley. So it's just going to be a continuation, I guess, of that living arrangement, but swapping properties. So from our perspective, it's mortgage free. It has no mortgage on it. And you might say that I'm very lucky to have that available to me. At the same time, you have to remember that I'm not very lucky that my father passed away. So I do get it that I could be perceived as lucky in this scenario. But at the same time, I think it's all about taking stock of your situation and what you can do with those assets. And my situation will be different to others. I completely understand that. And this is a very privileged place to be. But at the same time, I've achieved everything else. The 13 properties, the businesses that turn over millions with very little assistance at all. I always say that my parents gave me a safe place to land and wings to fly. But they probably also gave me a bit of a boot to get out, because I moved out at 18. And started standing on my own 2 feet. So let's head over there anyway. Oh, mate, we need to get some masks. We've got golf clubs. There you go. How the hell am I going to fit any paint in here? Okay, we will solve that when we get back. Let's go in. Let's go in. White, pure brilliant white, perfect. I wanted super matte, but they don't have that. We'll go with this. Man, this brings back memories, right? Like when I used to do all this. I don't think we need anything else. If I stay in places like this, it just convinces me to spend more money on other things. So guys, you join me over at the house and I'm just going to talk you through it a little bit so that you can get an idea of what we're going to be doing here, A, in the short term and B, in the longer term. Nick, stick up an image of the plans and you'll be able to see that the extension's going to come all the way out here. It's a very, very big extension all the way to about here. And that's going to house our new kitchen, dining room, downstairs. It's going to house the cinema room on the other side, then upstairs a big master suite and a second very large bedroom. So that's going to be absolutely phenomenal. It's going to have 2 balconies, one overlooking that way, one overlooking that way. Pool's going to be remodeled. It's going to look absolutely amazing. But in the meantime, and for the next 12 months, we're going to do a very, very light renovation, knowing that a lot of what we do is going to be undone as soon as we start the major works. But come in, let me show you where we're going to be and what we're going to be doing. So guys, we're in the living room at the moment. This room actually is going to stay exactly the same as it is when we do our extension. Okay, when I say the same, it's going to be the same size and actually it's going to be blocked off here. And it's going to smooth ceilings and new lighting and new electrics, all that sort of stuff. But the room itself is going to stay the same size in the same place. And this will be our formal sitting area. So that room is going to stay the same. And in the meantime, what we're going to do is just paint it all white, brighten it up a bit and then leave it, right? Like it's just a quick paint job in here. In the dining room, or where the dining room table was, where my dining room table will go, this will become my mum's bedroom. So this again will be blocked off where Nick stood right now. And this again, we're just gonna make it white right now. Get rid of the rug, get rid of everything else in here. We're gonna put the dining room table there, perfect. It's gonna be fine for the time being. But longer term, this is gonna be a bedroom. So we've got a downstairs toilet here. That again, we'll just paint it white. I don't know why my mum painted it yellow, it looks horrible. So we will definitely be painting that white. And through here, we've got an old kitchen and this is up for grabs. I'm not 100% sure what we're gonna do in here. My gut is we might just strip this out and put a new kitchen in one day because I will just get fed up with the fact that it looks a bit old if I'm gonna be here for 6 or 12 months. But we do know that this is gonna be my mum's living room. So if you see here, this will be bifold doors going out onto a front garden. And this will be a living room. So the bedroom will be there. There'll be an ensuite, well, an off suite that will go around to where the toilet was I showed you a minute ago. And then her kitchen will be down here. But in the meantime, we might just have to make do, right? We might just have to go put some new appliances. We can reuse those later and just make do with what we have. At the end of the day, it's 6 to 12 months and it's mortgage free. We can live here and pay nothing in rent. So let's go upstairs and have a look at the bedrooms to show you what's going to be going on up there. So my mum's bedroom's through here. It's a bit of a mess, obviously. And you know, that will be where my mum will be staying and through here will be my study. We'll just make do in the meantime and make the best of the space, right? It's important that mum has her own space. In our other property though, where we're living at the moment, mum just has a bedroom that's basically in the middle of the house. So it doesn't really make any difference. She's very integrated with the family. So being here, I think will be absolutely fine. It'll be a little bit off. In the same way, in the new property, she'll be set back a little bit. If you can imagine that it's about as far away from the kitchen and dining room that we will have to her kitchen and dining room as possible. So she can have her own private space. But at the same time, she doesn't want or need a 4-bedroom house all around her, right? Like she wants the asset to be used and Dad would have wanted us to do something with it. But let's go upstairs and have a look at the 4 bedrooms up there and where myself, my wife, my kids are gonna be sleeping. Again, I think we're just gonna get that all gone, Nick, that horrible mat down there. That can go, right? The carpet guy's in here shortly. We'll get all that done. I hate this staircase. You know what I mean? It's horrible. But I don't think we can do anything with the staircase because we've got an amazing staircase. I've been looking at staircases for the renovation and the one we're going to go for is about £20,000 to £30,000. It's going to be a floating staircase. It's going to be incredible. But for this, because the staircase isn't going to go back here, it's going to be on the other side of the house. There's no point in doing anything with it. So I think we just leave this as it is. The carpets, on the other hand, those I think we change. They smell, they're very old. I don't like them at all. I think we're just going to get some cheap carpets put in. Probably costs about £1,000 to recarpet everything. Keep it neutral and then repaint, right? So if we go into one of the rooms where someone started painting, it can all just go white, right? And once it's all white, get rid of the curtains, put in some new flooring. It'll look fine. And the bedrooms, they're not massive, but they're not a bad size. What do you reckon, Nick? Good sized bedroom? Yeah. Yeah, decent, isn't it? This isn't the biggest, but it's a good sized bedroom. Let's go through to the master and have a look at that. We've got 4 bedrooms that are about the same size, to be fair, in here. Yeah, not much difference. So yeah, all 4 bedrooms are about the same size, so they're all decent size, probably about 130 square foot, something like that, 140 square foot. This one's got an ensuite. To be honest, I've got an opportunity with this ensuite because the ensuite for this bedroom will be an ensuite in the new place. So we could potentially redo this and be able to keep it. But I think because there's gonna be lots of mess being created, I'll probably leave it as is and when the full renovations start and we move out, then I think I'll let them do that at the same time. And then all the new piping and everything else can be done at the same time. And then this is the family bathroom. So I actually remember being brought up here and having this bathroom. Nothing's changed in 20 years since I was here. But I think ultimately, again, although there is going to be a family bathroom here, and this will be a bathroom to 2 bedrooms, one that's that side and one that hasn't been created yet, but we'll go over where the stairs is. I think ultimately, we'll keep this as it is. It's good enough for the next 6 to 12 months. And then after that, once we move out and the builders get in here, they can smash it all up and do what they want. It will also allow them to have a little bit of flexibility with moving walls. I don't really want to tie myself in at this point on the internals, because when we come back, I might say I want a little bit more space in there or a little bit less space in there. So I think rather than tying myself down and doing any of the major sort of works right now, let's just do carpets. Let's just do the sort of stuff that's throwaway, paint, carpets. Let's spend less than £2,000 making this house really, really nice, really habitable, and spend the summer in here. Speaking of the summer, guys, like this is really, really nice, right? The garden is absolutely fantastic. I'm going to get my gardener to come down, sort out all of this, make it a little bit more, should we say, manicured, I think is the word. But yeah, Alan can come down, make this all look amazing. We'll get the pool commissioned. We'll make sure the kids can swim in there over the summer. And it's going to be a really nice place to spend some time. But let me tell you the commercials. Let me talk you through exactly my thought process on this. So as soon as we sort of realised that our landlord was getting serious about selling the property that we currently live in, we had to kind of make a call because ultimately our standard of life or our standard of living in that property is going to start to decrease. The moment that you're sort of on a timer and that you know you're going to have to move out in 4 to 6 months, something like that, you're already starting to look for somewhere else and look to move on. So we started doing that and we just couldn't find anywhere that was that significantly nicer than this. If you have a look in Oxfordshire, then there's just nothing available. There's a property that's very similar to this for about 3,000 without a pool, still quite a dated interior. And it just doesn't seem to make any sense to move there when you've got an asset like this just sat here doing nothing. So for us, we sort of had a good conversation and went, is our standard of living going to decrease that much when you take into consideration the fact that we're not going to have viewings taking place here, we're not under any time scale, we get to set all the agendas, and we decided that actually, although a bit smaller, we've still got lots and lots of space, there's lots of countryside around here for us to go for walks in, we've still got a pool, you know, we can do anything we want to. If we want to change the kitchen, yeah, £4 later, that kitchen's going to look amazing, right? So there's unlimited things that we can do, and considering we're going to be saving between £7,000 and £8,000 a month, it's almost the equivalent of adding £150,000 to my salary before tax, right? So £8,000 a month is like £16,000 before tax, so there's a significant saving. So for me, I think that all the way through this looks like a sensible move, but let me know in the comments, if you were in my shoes, what would you do? There's 3 choices really. Number 1, you can move here 6 to 12 months whilst you're waiting for your technical drawings to be done, your builders to be set. Number 2, we could stay where we are, except that viewing's going to be taking place, and at some point in the not too distant future, we're going to be moved out, and then we could move here or move somewhere else, but we're under the cosh. We have someone else setting and dictating that timeline to us. Number 3, we could have moved, and if you have a look on Rightmove, there isn't many options, but somewhere similar to this, for about £3,000 a month, maybe we could get something slightly nicer for 4,000 or 5,000, but not significantly, not like where we are at the moment. There is nothing on the market that's anything like where we are at the moment. So for me, this is the best choice, and I think for our family, we're going to be really happy here. To be honest, we're happy anywhere. We've lived in 4 bedroom, We've lived in small developments, we've lived in large housing complexes, we've lived in the middle of nowhere, we've been happy everywhere we are. So it just goes to show that actually the stuff that's around you is not what makes you happy. It's who you're with and what you're doing and the sort of growth that you're on. For me, I've got a growth mindset, so as long as I'm growing all the time, I'm really happy. And for me, a project like this where we're going to get to build such an amazing extension and have an amazing home completely built from us and making best use of an asset that my dad worked a lot of his life for and my mum worked a lot of her life for, making a good use of that for a family home, I think is really, really special. So let me know in the comments. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I will see you again on Monday. Give it a big like, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you on Monday. You're actually not going to help, are you? You're just going to sit there filming. Oh God, that's gross. Do you want to have a look? Oh.
Crocodile.
It's minging, right? That's a word I haven't used for a while, minging.